What if I told you there's a place where a woman's hand in marriage is sealed with cows?
Huh?
Not a ring, not money, it's 10 cows, 20 cows, sometimes even 50. Where love isn't whispered by candlelight but negotiated in livestock. Welcome to Tanzania, the wildest country in Africa, where warriors once proved their strength by gathering lions, and a mysterious lake can turn animals into stone with just a single touch. Are you ready to see the world differently? Let's begin. Imagine standing in a sun-drenched village in the heart of Tanzania. The air is thick with the earthy scent of dry grass and livestock. Cattle aren't just animals here. They're currency, a symbol of wealth, status, and even love. In some tribes, a man's ability to marry isn't determined by his charm or career, but by the number of cows he owns. Yes, you heard that right. Women are exchanged for cows. But it's not as simple or as shocking as it sounds. For the Maasai people, one of Tanzania's most iconic tribes, cows are life. They provide food, milk, and even serve as dowries in marriage negotiations. A typical bride price? Anywhere from 10 to 50 cows, depending on the family's status and the groom's resources. In some rare cases, it can go even higher. But this isn't a transaction. It's a tradition woven with layers of meaning, respect, and responsibility. The cows aren't a payment for the woman, they're a symbolic bridge between two families, representing the groom's ability to provide and his commitment to the bride's well-being. We spoke to Joseph, a young Maasai warrior preparing for marriage. His voice carried both pride and pressure as he said, "Each cow I give is a promise. It's not about buying love, it's about honoring it." For Joseph, every cow is a piece of his identity, his family's legacy, and his future. If it's not cows, what is the dowry in your area? Share your story in the comments so everyone can know. And don't go anywhere, because in the next part, we'll uncover a lake that turns animals into stone. You won't believe your ears. This is Lake Natron, one of Tanzania's most mysterious natural wonders. Its waters shimmer in shades of deep red and burnt orange, almost beautiful, until you realize what lies beneath the surface. This lake doesn't just kill, it petrifies. Yes, you heard that right. Animals that wander too close, birds that misjudge their landing, even small creatures that dip below the surface don't just die. They become stone-like figures, frozen in time, their bodies eerily preserved, as if nature itself turned them into art. But how? The secret lies in the lake's extreme chemistry. Lake Natron's waters are highly alkaline, with a pH level reaching up to 11 or 12, comparable to ammonia or bleach. According to a 2023 report from Tanzania's Ministry of Environment, the lake's temperature can rise beyond 60 degrees Celsius during the dry season, creating an environment so harsh it can burn skin on contact. Yet, even in this hostile world, life finds a way. The lake is a vital breeding ground for lesser flamingos, with over 75% of the world's population depending on these waters to nest. Why? Because predators dare not follow. The same waters that petrify also protect these delicate birds, creating a sanctuary shrouded in danger. We met Amani, a local guide who grew up on the shores of the lake. His father once told him, "Respect the lake. It's alive in ways you can't see." Amani shares stories of fishermen's boats corroding faster here, of birds dropping mid-flight, and the eerie silence that settles when the wind dies down. But Lake Natron holds more than death. Beneath its still, reflective surface, what other secrets remain hidden? What ancient life forms have adapted to thrive where nothing else can? Scientists believe unique microorganisms may live here, organisms that could offer clues about life beyond our planet. If Lake Natron reveals the mysteries of life and death, then the ground just beyond it holds the story of life's very beginning. Olduvai Gorge, often called the Cradle of Humankind. Here, beneath layers of ancient earth, lies the evidence of humanity's first steps, literally. In 1978, a team led by the renowned archaeologist Mary Leakey made a discovery that would change everything: the Lotoli footprints. Imprinted in hardened volcanic ash, these fossilized tracks show a pair of early humans walking side by side. Their feet, unmistakably human, reveal something extraordinary: We've been walking upright far longer than we ever imagined. These footprints date back around 3.6 million years, belonging to a species known as Australopithecus afarensis, the same species as the famous fossil Lucy. Dottie, a local guide whose grandfather worked alongside the Leakey team, told us, "When I walk here, I feel like I'm walking with ghosts. Not the scary kind, but the ones who made me who I am." But Olduvai Gorge holds more than just footprints. Buried in its rocky layers are stone tools, animal bones with cut marks, and the fossilized remains of early human species like Homo habilis, one of the first tool makers. These discoveries challenge what we thought we knew about human evolution, revealing a story of survival, adaptation. What defines a man's courage? Is it the strength to fight a lion, or the wisdom to walk beside one without fear? Before discussing this issue, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss our next video. Thank you for your love and support, and stay tuned for more eye-opening content. In the heart of Tanzania, known for their tall, proud stance, vibrant red shukas, and fearless spirit, the Maasai are more than just warriors. They are the guardians of a culture rooted in strength, resilience, and ancient traditions that still shape their lives today. For the Maasai, cattle are everything. They are not just animals. They represent wealth, status, and even the key to marriage. A man's entire life can be measured by the number of cows he owns. The more cows a man has, the more wives he can afford to marry, and the greater his influence within the community. But earning that status isn't easy. It begins with a rite of passage that tests both the body and the spirit. In the past, young Maasai warriors, known as Morans, had to prove their bravery by gathering lions. This was no ordinary gathering. Armed with nothing more than spears and raw courage, they faced one of nature's most fearsome predators head-on. Today, the Maasai have shifted from lion gathering to lion conservation, recognizing the importance of protecting these majestic creatures. But their spirit of courage remains untouched. Now, bravery is measured in other ways, through daring feats, physical endurance, and leadership within the community. One of the most striking symbols of Maasai strength is the adumu, also known as the jumping dance. Picture a circle of warriors, their bodies tall and lean, faces painted with determination. They leap straight into the air, higher and higher, without bending their knees, each jump a silent challenge, a display of power, agility, and pride. While the Maasai stand tall as fierce warriors of tradition, deep in the wilds of Tanzania lives a people who have mastered the art of simplicity, unchanged for tens of thousands of years. Meet the Hadza, one of the last true hunter-gatherer tribes on Earth. No herds, no crops, no permanent homes, just the land, the hunt, and a way of life that echoes the dawn of humanity. Imagine waking up not to the buzz of an alarm clock, but to the sounds of nature. A chorus of birds, the distant grunt of baboons, and the whisper of the wind through acacia trees. The Hadza live near Lake Eyasi in northern Tanzania, in the same region where some of the oldest human fossils have been found. It's as if time stood still here. Their homes? Simple grass huts that can be built in hours and abandoned just as quickly. But it's not just how they live, it's how they thrive. The Hadza don't farm and they don't raise livestock. Instead, they gather wild game and collect berries, tubers, and honey. Their diet is rich, diverse, and surprisingly healthy. We met Gudo, a Hadza elder with weathered hands and sharp, observant eyes. He showed us how to track animals, reading the faintest signs in the dirt, a broken twig, a shift in the wind. Gudo's words were simple but powerful. The land gives us everything. We don't own it, we belong to it. In the Hadza community, there are no leaders, no chiefs. Decisions are made by consensus. Men and women are equals, both skilled hunters and gatherers. Relationships are fluid, there are no formal marriages, and partnerships are based on mutual respect and personal choice. There is no jealousy, no competition over wealth, because there is no wealth, at least not in the way the modern world defines it. A life with no clocks, no bills, no stress about tomorrow. For the Hadza, life is lived in the moment, guided by the rhythms of the earth and the lessons passed down through generations. What do you think? Could you live like the Hadza? No social media, no internet, just nature and community guiding you? Share your thoughts in the comments. While the Hadza live in harmony with the land, Tanzania itself is a living masterpiece, a canvas painted with towering mountains, endless plains, and ancient scars left by the Earth's own fury. Here, nature isn't just beautiful, it's majestic, it's untamed, and sometimes it's dangerously unforgiving. Rising like a giant from the heart of East Africa, Mount Kilimanjaro is the tallest freestanding mountain in the world, soaring to 5,895 meters above sea level. Its snow-capped peak pierces the sky, standing defiantly above the sizzling savanna below. But Kilimanjaro is a glacier-topped volcano, sitting just a few degrees south of the equator. Imagine snow and ice surviving under the relentless African sun. Yet despite its icy crown, scientists warn that Kilimanjaro's glaciers are vanishing fast. According to a 2024 report from the Tanzania Meteorological Authority, over 85% of its ice cover has disappeared in the past century, and if trends continue, the summit's snow could vanish within the next 20 years. Climbing Kilimanjaro isn't just a physical challenge, it's a journey through time. In a single trek, you pass through 5 distinct climate zones, from tropical rainforests teeming with monkeys to alpine deserts where nothing grows, and finally, to the icy oxygen-thin summit where even the strongest struggle to breathe. Stretching endlessly across the horizon is the Serengeti, a name that means endless plains in the Maasai language. But this isn't just grassland, it's a battlefield where life and death play out every single day. Every year, over 1.5 million wildebeest, 400,000 zebras, and 200,000 gazelles embark on the Great Migration, a relentless journey of over 1,000 miles in search of fresh grazing land. It's the largest overland migration on Earth, a living river of hooves and horns, shadowed by predators lurking in the tall grass. And then there's the Ngorongoro crater, a place so surreal it feels like stepping into another world. Formed over 2.5 million years ago when a massive volcano collapsed, it's the largest intact volcanic caldera on the planet, spanning 260 square kilometers with walls rising 600 meters high. Inside this natural fortress lives an entire ecosystem, isolated and self-sustaining. Lions lounge in the sun, rhinos graze near freshwater springs, and flamingos paint the lakes pink with their vibrant plumage. But beneath this beauty lies danger. Ngorongoro's fertile land attracts both wildlife and humans, leading to inevitable conflicts. The Maasai still graze their cattle here, living side by side with predators. It's a fragile coexistence, a daily dance between man, beast, and the ever-watchful eye of nature. These aren't just landscapes, they are living, breathing parts of Tanzania's identity. The Maasai leap with the energy of the Serengeti's wild herds. The Hadza hunt with the same instincts that echo through Ngorongoro's ancient walls. And Kilimanjaro's melting glaciers are a reminder that even the mightiest wonders are vulnerable. What happens when two worlds, divided by history and the sea, merge to create a single identity? This is the story of Tanzania, a nation born from the union of two distinct lands, Tanganyika and Zanzibar. On one side, there's Tanganyika, a vast mainland stretching with rugged landscapes, ancient tribes, and wild savannas. On the other, Zanzibar, an island paradise floating in the Indian Ocean, steeped in spice-laden air, Arabic influence, and echoes of a global trading empire. In 1964, just a few years after gaining independence from British colonial rule, these two regions came together to form the United Republic of Tanzania. But their histories go back much further, woven with tales of sultans, merchants, explorers, and warriors. Tanganyika, the mainland, is a land of contrasts, where Maasai warriors herd cattle across endless plains, and ancient tribes like the Hadza live as they did thousands of years ago. During the colonial era, Tanganyika was ruled first by the Germans and later by the British, but long before that it was a crossroads of African kingdoms and trade routes. Even today, the spirit of Tanganyika lives in its rural traditions, village markets filled with fresh produce, children playing soccer in dusty fields, and elders gathered under baobab trees, passing down stories older than memory itself. Just across the turquoise waters of the Indian Ocean lies Zanzibar, an island with a soul as rich as its history. For centuries, it was the center of the spice trade, where cloves, cinnamon, and nutmeg were worth more than gold. But Zanzibar's past also carries the heavy shadows of the East African slave trade, with historic sites like the old slave market in Stone Town serving as reminders of both human suffering and resilience. Walking through Stone Town today feels like stepping into a living museum, with narrow alleys lined with carved wooden doors, bustling bazaars filled with colorful fabrics, and the scent of cardamom drifting through the air. Here, Swahili, Arab, Indian, and European influences blend, creating a cultural mosaic unlike anywhere else on Earth. When Tanganyika and Zanzibar united, it wasn't just a political decision, it was the birth of a new identity. A blend of over 120 ethnic groups speaking dozens of languages yet tied together by one common thread: Swahili, the national language. Swahili isn't just a language, it's a symbol of unity. Rooted in Bantu with layers of Arabic, Persian, and Portuguese influences, it reflects the very essence of Tanzania's cultural fusion. According to the Tanzania National Bureau of Statistics, over 95% of the population speaks Swahili, bridging communities from bustling city streets to remote tribal villages. In a land shaped by ancient tribes, towering mountains and vast plains, one silent witness stands tall, a giant older than most civilizations, deeply rooted in the heart of Tanzania. Meet the Baobab, often called the Tree of Life. But this is not just any tree. It's a living monument, a natural cathedral, and a lifeline for both people and wildlife. Imagine a tree so massive its trunk can grow over 10 meters in diameter, with branches that stretch out like roots reaching for the sky. Its bark feels like rough, cracked leather, weathered by time, yet pulsing with life. Baobabs aren't just big, they're ancient. Some trees in Tanzania are estimated to be over 2,000 years old, standing long before the rise and fall of empires. According to a 2024 report from the Tanzania Forest Service Agency, baobabs can store up to 120,000 liters of water in their trunks, a hidden reservoir that helps them survive even the harshest droughts. Touch the bark and it feels cool even under the intense African sun. Step beneath its canopy and you'll find shade so deep it feels like stepping into another world, a refuge for humans, elephants, birds, and countless other creatures. But the baobab is more than just a natural wonder. It's a lifeline. Its fruit, known as monkey bread, is rich in vitamin C, antioxidants, and fiber. The leaves are used in traditional medicine to treat everything from fevers to digestive issues. Even the bark can be harvested, carefully peeled without harming the tree, to make ropes, baskets, and cloth. During the dry season, when rivers disappear and the land cracks with thirst, elephants tear into the baobab's trunk to drink the precious water stored inside. It's a delicate balance. The tree survives the damage, and the elephants survive the drought. For many Tanzanian communities, the baobab isn't just a source of food or shelter, it's sacred. An elder from a small village near Lake Eyasi described the baobab as a tree with a soul. Under its branches, his ancestors held meetings, settled disputes, and shared stories that echoed through generations. His voice softened as he said, "When I sit under this tree, I feel the presence of those who came before me. It listens, even when no one speaks." Baobabs also feature in local legends. Some believe the gods planted the tree upside down, which is why its branches resemble roots reaching into the sky, a symbol of connection between earth and heaven. But even giants can fall. Climate change, deforestation, and shifting ecosystems are threatening these ancient trees. According to the United Nations Environment Program, baobab populations in certain regions of East Africa are declining, with many of the oldest trees dying faster than expected. While the baobab tree stands still, rooted in time, the heart of Tanzania beats with movement, rhythms of life, love, and connection. Here, in the villages and open plains, emotions aren't just spoken, they are danced. Welcome to the world of Nga, a traditional courtship dance practiced by tribes such as the Hihi and Nyamwezi. But this is not just a performance, it's a language, a sensual, unspoken dialogue where every step, sway, and glance tells a story. Imagine a moonlit night in a rural Tanzanian village. The air is warm, filled with the scent of wood smoke and fresh earth. A circle forms around a crackling fire. The drum beats begin, steady, deep, like a heartbeat, calling men and women to the center. The dancers step forward, bare feet press into the dust, hips sway in slow, deliberate movements, matching the rhythm of the drums. Their eyes lock, not with shy glances, but with bold, electric stares. This is where attraction begins, not with words, but with motion. The NGA is not about perfection, it's about expression. Shoulders roll, knees bend, and bodies lean in just enough to suggest, to tease, to challenge. The chants rise and fall in harmony, voices blending like a song carried by the wind, raw, passionate, and magnetic. But make no mistake, this isn't just a flirtation. In Tanzanian culture, dances like the NGA are woven into the fabric of community bonds. They are how young people find potential partners, how emotions are explored, and how confidence is built. We met Mwajuma, a 19-year-old dancer from the Nyamwezi tribe. With a shy smile and steady gaze, she told us, "When I dance, I feel free. It's not about impressing others. It's about showing who I am without fear." For Mwajuma and many like her, the dance is both personal and communal. It's a stage where vulnerability meets strength, where tradition meets modern identity. The beauty of the NGA lies in this playful push and pull, the boldness of the approach, the mystery of the response. It's a celebration of life, desire, and the courage to be seen. And yet, as unique as the NGA is, it speaks a language we all understand, one of connection. Because whether it's a tribal dance under African skies or a song played at a party halfway across the world, the rhythm of attraction is universal. If you enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support truly means the world to us. Click on the video that's appearing on your screen right now. You're sure to enjoy this next piece of content. Let us know in the comments which country you'd like us to feature next. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for joining us. Leave a comment, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting videos. See you in the next video.